Well, hi Capricorns, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Let's find out, what can you Capricorns expect coming up in your lives? Capricorns, please. What can you expect coming up in your lives? And any advice is always welcome. Okay. Saying that's it. That's it. Let's see what we got here for Capricorns. Fire signs right next to each other. Overall energy is the Nine of Cups. That can be wishes coming true. It also can be holding back your love, just knowing that you have it until you're ready to hand it out. So this surrounds your entire reading, the Nine of Cups. This is what they want to talk about. So, it can be wishes coming true, like a lot of tarot readers have. Me, it's you guarding your love, usually. It still can be wishes coming true, but guarding your love, knowing that you have all this love that you can offer to someone, but holding back until the right person comes along. I have the Queen of Wands in your highest energy. The Queen of Wands is fire. That'd be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But mature-minded, all cards are male or female. What you're doing here is you're holding on to this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and you're also holding a sunflower, and there's a cat in the picture. This is the most passionate card in the whole deck. So you're a very passionate person. It's like wherever you put your love, you put your passion, whether it's animals, gardens, people, art, whatever it might be. These are the two strongest energies in your whole reading. So I feel like you're ready to move forward. Yet you're holding on to your love until the right person comes along. And I don't think you're going to let your passions rule. I think you're going to be more just mental about moving forward than passionate. You know what I mean? I got Temperance right next to the Queen of Wands, right above the Nine of Cups. Your guardian angels and spirit guides are all around you. This is the card for Sagittarius, by the way, so that's a fire sign. Sagittarius might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But what Temperance is trying to do here is they're mixing a potion back and forth, back and forth. Their job is to help you be tempered. So I think it is to control your passions and move forward with your mind rather than your heart, okay? And try to be smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? So, they want you to pull that one foot out of the waters of emotion and put it on the ground with the other foot so that you're grounded. They want you to be balanced, and they want you to be patient. And they are doing everything they can. It's their job to help you be tempered in moving forward. I think that there was a previous relationship before you're getting ready to move forward. I think you had to turn your back on some love that you had for someone else. So in turning your back on this love, you're not only walking away from it, but you're walking towards something else, and it is a big mountain, and we need to find out what's over there. So be patient, be grounded. And there's always a reason that when Temperance shows up. I mean, there's a reason they need you to be patient, grounded, and balanced, okay? So I have the Fool. Oh, this is a good reason. The Fool is right under the Queen of Wands and next to the Nine of Cups. The Fool is the energy of living in the moment, throwing caution to the wind. It's a very fun card, but it doesn't last. The Fool usually finds themselves at the edge of a cliff, and they pull their head out of the clouds, and they start to look forward, and they're looking towards stability and the future, and usually the other person doesn't when this card shows up. So I feel like you were in one of those relationships. That's what you walked away from. I think you were ready to look for the future, and I don't think they were. And that puts you in a place of walking away from love and taking all your love and putting it on a shelf behind you and actually learning a lesson, I think, from all this. And Temperance is really here to try to help you move forward in your best way possible. I have the Ten of Swords next to the Nine of Cups and under the Eight of Cups. So this is the end of the pain, the end of any suffering that you've been going through. Uh, you are getting ready to leave it all behind you and to actually be able to move forward. I have the Ten of Wands too, and this is under the Fool. The Ten of Wands, this is a burden, heavy burden. That Fool's energy, that's what it got you into with all those wands. Heavy. But as you can see, this person is ready to drop those wands or drop them one by one because there's no wands. And so that heavy burden will be going away. Yeah, that was a burden. It was fun while it lasted. If this is your reading, these are general readings, so they won't resonate with everybody. And if it doesn't resonate, I would say check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self, or get a private reading from someone you trust. So Capricorns, right next to the Nine of Wands and under the Nine of Cups, I have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, you kind of you didn't deal with the situation for a while. It was like you were hoping it would just kind of work its way out, but you ended up having to leave the relationship according to this reading. You're blindfolded, you're bound, but you could always walk, you could always talk. So it's a card of illusion. You're almost like you chose to ignore and stay in the relationship in hopes that it would just change on its own, So, card of illusion, that's getting behind you. I got the Six of Swords right next to the Eight of Swords and right under the Ten of Swords. And this is telling me that, yes, you're moving forward. You're moving away from rocky waters towards a smoother, calmer place in your life, and that's where you're headed. So it's going to be much more peaceful where you're going. And the more swords you pick up and you actually look at and pay attention to of truth and clarity, the further you get across that lake, and that's where you want to be. It's taking some work. This is not the slowest moving energy in the tarot deck, but it is kind of slow, and it does take work to get there. As you see, they're pushing the boat with a pole. So, but you're doing it. You're getting there. In case you were wondering if it wasn't feeling like you were, you are, and you're getting ready to leave all these energies behind. Let's take out the second part of this reading. For Capricorns, please. These in order. Let me see where we are here. The top. Ooh, the wheel. I didn't see that come out. Still need one more. One more here. There it is. Or two. If I could count, would be nice. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, we got a couple of extras, and I will read them. Okay. For Capricorns, Ace of Cups. That's where you're walking towards. Love! Yes, real love, true love. This is the kind where you'll be able to have an equal exchange. You'll be able to hand out your cup of love, and you'll be receiving a big cup of love. I love that. So this is where you're headed to. You are moving forward. I got the Chariot here. This is the card for Cancer, so Cancer might be strong in your chart or someone else's around the reading. But if you're to snap those rings, you could get up and move pretty fast, even though it is next to the slowest moving energy in the whole deck, the Knight of Pentacles. This is what feels slow here to you. So I think this isn't, it might feel bad, but you're able to let it go and you're able to move forward. You are doing it. And I think once you kind of mentally kick in here and are willing and able and balanced and patient and everything, and you start moving forward, I think you can pick up some speed. You are moving towards something that you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for, and that is for a grounded, secure, and stable relationship. This is the slowest moving energy in the tarot deck. Knight of Pentacles. It can be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You are Capricorn, but you've been waiting for this pentacle to come in. The horse looks like it's standing still, and it's bringing the pentacle, the security, the stability, the grounded relationship that you've been so much longing for, that has lots of love. You're headed that direction, okay? So, if you're wondering, like I said, If you're making any progress, you're making lots of progress. And there's a point here, I think, where things are going to start moving faster. And another reason I can say that is I have the Wheel of Fortune right under the Ace of Cups and next to the Ten of Swords. Once you put an end to the burden, to the pain, and you're able to move forward, I mean, this universe is going to grab a hold of you. Matter of fact, it probably already has you in its grips. And it's will for the better, always for the better. And it's pulling you forwards. This is the universe. So you have your guardian angels and spirit guides. You have the universe at work moving you forwards, away from the Six of Pentacles energy, away from the pain and the suffering. The Six of Pentacles is breadcrumbing. This is what you had in the last relationship because you were in the Fool's energy. So the other person was just barely feeding enough to the relationship to try to keep it afloat. It didn't last, and you knew you had to move forward. So it threw your scales way off balance. As you see, only one person is getting the breadcrumbs here. The other person's still begging. So that's what you need the balance from, those breadcrumbing type relationships. But under the Knight of Pentacles, next to that Six of Pentacles, I have the Ten of Cups. This is where you're heading. This is what's coming in. This is what's in your future. Readings do not go past 6 months. This is coming up if this is your reading. 10 cups of love. Equal exchange. Sunshine and rainbows. Union between two people. There's children dancing. It's really a family-oriented type card. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. But, you know, this is an equal exchange of love. Like I said here with the Ace of Cups. You're headed towards a very loving relationship that will be committed. Under the Wheel of Fortune, I have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is next to the Six of Swords. This person, okay, that you were in a relationship with the Fool's energy, that you had to kind of leave behind, I feel like they try to come back in, you know, and I think you're like, no, it wasn't working. And if nothing's changed, I'm not going to accept your cup, you know? So I feel like they do try, like, oh, come on, it was fun. We had fun together, don't we? You know, that kind of thing. And I think you're like, yeah, but it's not going any place, you know? You don't want a commitment. You don't want to move forward, make plans for the future. And I do, you know? So I'm looking for more. So I feel like you're just they try to come in, and this is helping you to move forward, actually, by kind of refusing that cup when they try to come back in. I have the King of Wands. Now I have the King and Queen of Wands. This is a soulmate out here. This is fire again. Very mature-minded, the King. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. This is a soulmate. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. I think this was the old person. I don't think this is the new person. I don't think this is who's coming in. This is the other person with the Wand of Passion. It's also for fresh starts and new beginnings, but they're not getting that. I think this person is who kind of helped propel you towards your own future. Yeah, I think they're the ones that try to come back in and want to start over again, but you're like, nah, too much breadcrumbing. I think they're the ones that brought the breadcrumbing in. And, you know, it is confusing. I have the Seven of Cups next to the King of Wands and under the Ten of Cups. So it's like, it's confusing how to know what cups to accept, okay? Which cups? All these cups are screaming, pick me, pick me. But all those cups have something else in them that takes precedent over love. So when it takes precedence over love, it becomes confusing, especially when you have feelings. And it's like, how do you know? How do you know what cup to pick? Well, you're going to know because you have your guardian angels, you have the universe. It's all helping you to move forward from this past relationship. I think the King and Queen, I think they were a soulmate, and I think your relationship was just based on passion. I think that's all it was, really. Although it was fun, it was enjoyable, but, you know, time changes things. Sometimes you just want more, and I feel like that's what happened here with you Capricorns, if this is your reading. I had two other cards that came out, the World and the Moon. Surprise, surprise, surprise. A whole new life cycle is coming in for you. And the moon is the surprise. That means something's going to be revealed. Something is going to come to light. There's going to be some kind of secret revealed or something. Something that has been hidden will be seen. And I think it's this new life cycle. And I think it's this energy of moving forward. I don't think you really expect. I think the confusion here is going to the next cup that comes in, the one that comes in. I don't think you'll be wondering for very long on whether or not it is the right person to hand your cups out to. So the reading starts with the Nine of Cups, and I think it's all about you healing, moving forward, getting balanced, and letting the universe carry you over to a direction that you're supposed to be going into this new life cycle, because that's where that Nine of Cups is. So you're heading in the right direction. Even if you're feeling that you're lagging behind or something, you are definitely moving in the right direction, Capricorn. So keep it up. And I think it's going to come as a surprise to you when you get to where you're the other side of this lake, put it that way. I think there's going to be a big surprise for you, and what the surprise is going to be is a whole new life cycle, and it will be filled with love. Wow. And a commitment. And the commitment that you waited for for very long. So Capricorns, this is your reading. Thank you. Oh, wait. Let's take out an angel card. Let's see what your guardian angels have to say here for you. For Capricorns, please. It may not have to do with the reading. A lot of times it does, though. One more shuffle. Capricorns. Alright. Let's get my glasses so I can read it. Okay. Where is your card? It's right there. It's the Ten of Thought. I'm going to read this card to you. A situation that's been troubling you has come to an end, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. With the challenging times behind you, you can now move on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. That's where I think you really take off. Someone in your life now finally be free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. So that's nice too. That could be something I couldn't cover in this reading. Only good things ahead. That's all I see, Capricorn. So thank you so much for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.